Hi everyone, welcome back. This is a Dark Souls 2 video to show you how to get ready for co-op. Specifically, if you've got a buddy that you want to play through the game with, how to get in a position where you can do that as quickly as possible. Mostly so that you can do as many bosses as possible together. What that means is, we're going to need two items, so we want to get the Name-engraved ring. So this allows us to align ourselves with one specific god, and means that we won't see summon signs for anyone aligned with anyone else, or anyone that doesn't have an alignment. So if you and your buddy both choose the same god on your rings, it means you'll be able to see each other's signs much more readily, and you won't get summoned by other people. And we also need a white soapstone, so that we can put our sign down to get summoned. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that as quite quickly. I'm gonna run through this at quite a brisk pace, but you could, if you're doing this on your own playthrough and you're not trying to do it quickly, feel free to do pick up stuff along the way, etc. So you want to gen your character, take any class, doesn't matter what you choose. Once you've gened your character, go and grab the human effigy that sits atop, because you're going to need plenty of human effigies to summon your friend. Because you can only summon when you're in human form. So tag the Medulla bonfire, or tag this bonfire so you can come back here later. And then just to give you, I'm gonna run through all of this bit. Obviously, if you wanted to do the tutorial, you could. But just to give you a rundown of what we're gonna do, we will run to Medulla and tag the bonfire. Then we are gonna run off to Hyde's Tower of Flame and cheese Dragon Rider. We do this because we need souls to buy the Name-engraved ring. It costs 5,500 souls, and we get it from Shalquar. So the easiest and quickest way to do that is to go and do Cheese Dragon Rider. So I did think about doing Last Giant, but I think Dragon Rider's easier, and also you might want to co-op Last Giant and do that whole area with a friend. And at least if we choose Dragon Rider, you can still go back and summon your buddy, so you can go through and do the old Dragon Slayer and play through all of that together. So I thought this was probably the best way. So yeah, tag the Medulla bonfire and then run off to Hyde's Tower of Flame. The other item that we want to get is the white soapstone. You can get this from Pate in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. And you just need to run around his little trap and come back and chat to him, and he will give you the soapstone. So on your way to Hyde's, you can pick up the shield that's going to be in the chest here on the left, because we don't start with a shield, and it makes getting through Forest of the Fallen Giants a little bit easier. All in all, I think this is going to take about 10 minutes, which isn't bad to be in a position to do co-op with a friend. Especially when you, I think this is one of the best improvements in Dark Souls 2 over Dark Souls 1. Because until the Dark Souls connectivity mod came out, which is obviously unofficial, it was very, very, very difficult to get someone specific into your game. And it made co-oping through the game very, very difficult. Whereas with Dark Souls 2, I've co-oped through it probably about 4 times, and it's just super fun. You get to do all the bosses twice, which is great. You're hideously powerful, and you can pick 2 different builds, which makes playing through even easier. So I think I'm going to go for a warped sword build. Oh, we want to grab this because it's human effigy, and it will give us some souls that we can pop to buy fire bombs if we don't have enough. The Lloyd's talismans we don't need. I thought they were grass. I was wrong. Yeah, so the playthrough coming up, I think I'm probably going to do the warp sword because my friend is going to try a pyromancer build. So I think that will be super fun. So now we're going to choose Dragon Rider. So all of this you can just run through. You don't need to fight any of these guys. Come back and kill them all later. When we get into, so this guy will summon you, and then normally you can go straight to the fog. When you go into Dragon Rider, he's going to take 6 steps. After the 6th step, run past him on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run forward, and off he goes. So that's it. Just make sure that you don't move when you go through the fog. Count his steps, and after the 6th step, start running forward and run to the right. Once we've done that, we're just going to go back to Medulla. Obviously, if you wanted to, at this point, you could, alright, if you wanted to save yourself the souls for the key, you could punch this lady off. But if you're doing a miracle run, you wouldn't want to do that. Once we get back to Medulla, we've got two things we want to do. So first off, we're going to go spend our souls with Shalquar to pick up the name-engraved ring, and that's the first of the two items that we need. And then the second thing is we're going to get an Esther shard, grab our flask from the Emerald Herald, upgrade it, and then we'll head off to Forest of the Fallen Giants. There's obviously a load of other stuff you can do at this point in the game around Medulla, so there's items to pick up. Yeah, like there's a soul by the blacksmith, there's life gems, there's homeward bones up by the Covenant of Champions altar. You can go and talk to Crestfallen to get yourself a little ring, which will boost to boost your HP, I can't remember. But I'm just going to blitz through all of this so that we can get it done as quickly as possible. Here you can put your levels in whatever you like. I'm doing Vigor. You could also keep your souls, so if you were confident of getting through Forest of the Fallen Giants with them, you could keep the souls, run to the vendor, pop your Dragon Rider soul, and then spend all your souls with her, and once you spend 10k you'll get the Serpent Ring. But if you're not confident about keeping your souls, if you're not used to running through Forest of the Fallen Giants and you don't want to risk losing them, then you can just use them to get levels here, and you'll end up spending the 10k with Melentia eventually anyway. In this section, we're going to drop down and open the chest because it's got humanity in there. And we want as much humanity as we can get to summon whoever we're playing with. If you don't like this jump, then feel free to go up the plank and go outside the other way, and then you can get those items by coming back in through the mouth of the cave. Obviously there's a bonfire up on the right that you can tag if you're not confident about doing the next section, or if you just want to spend some time killing these dudes. If you're running through, the only thing you really have to be worried about is that guy's arrow. So you can, there I just took it on the shield, but you can roll it very, very easily. For this fog gate, they've changed it so that you don't have to get the guys to attack, which is an incredible change because this drove me absolutely insane. So you can just run straight to the fog gate and go straight through. Which is one of the great changes in Scholar of the First Sin, I think. So here we're just going to go straight for the ladder. If you wanted to double back and get the parry shield, you could. If this goes wrong, if you get hit and you fall off the ladder or you take too much damage, you can just kind of run over to the buckler, run around there for a bit to pull the guys over, and then run over to the ladder and then run up it. For this section here, you will get followed, so you'll have to tidy up after yourself before you can rest. And for this, we are going to buy a firebomb, or as many firebombs as you like, from Melentia, and we'll use that to open the shortcut. So for the shortcut, you want to stand on kind of the left side of the second tile from the wall, and you want to face ever so slightly left so that your right shoulder is further forward, and this means when you throw the firebomb with your right hand, your hand will clip through the wall and you'll detonate the barrels on the other side. Like, I ran this game so much, and now I'm mostly just running Dark Souls 1, but stuff like the animation cancels on life gems and stuff like that, I kind of miss that. So for Pate, just chat to him twice, and then he's going to suggest you go in here and just pick up some treasure. It's obviously a massive trap, which is strange because he's such a nice guy. You'd think he might have mentioned it. These guys, like, just double back and then run past them with some safety rolls if you need. I don't think it's worth fighting your way through all of this, because you could just come back later. There's not a huge amount that's worthwhile here. Yeah, and you could just get some levels, get some armor, and then come back and clear this out with your buddy. So, and there we go. Chat to pay twice, and it'll give you the white soapstone, and then that's everything you need. So you've got your name-engraved ring. You can just equip that, and then when you equip it, it'll ask you to select which god you want to align yourself with. So just you and your buddy choose the same god, and then put the soapstone down, and you've got your sign. Okay, thanks very much. I hope that's useful. And yeah, if you're co-oping Scholar of the First Sin, I hope you enjoy it. Bye.